I don't know how I'm gonna find my next thrill. Coming. I had no idea what the twist was gonna be, and it's completely crazy. I have to repeat this. There are no silly scenes where the AI is running around dancing. The shower scene, yeah. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Mystery Reads. Today I have the review of W1ll1am by Mason Coile. Now this is a psychological thriller, horror, sci-fi with elements of a smart home and AI, which in the beginning made me wonder if this is something that I'd be interested in, but the synopsis captured my attention enough to want to give it a try, and I'm so happy that I did because it was a 5-star read. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you what this book is about, a little bit of my experience, why I thought it was really scary, actually terrifying, and I couldn't put it down. But before I start with my review, I want to thank W1ll1am, Penguin Random House, and Mason Coile, the author, for providing me with an ALC so I can read it ahead and share with you my thoughts, so hopefully I can help you decide if this is something that you want to add to your TBR. Now, this book opens with Lily and Henry, who live in a smart home. They're both engineers. Lily just sold her company, and Henry has agoraphobia. So they're a very interesting couple. They have a very different lifestyle. However, Lily is pregnant, and Henry is trying his best to reconcile their relationship and try to make it work for, because he loves her, but also because of the new baby that is coming. Now, things really start to get creepy on Halloween night, which I thought that the author did a great job showing us what Halloween was outside the smart house. But inside the house, it was gonna get a lot worse. On Halloween night, a couple of employees from Lily's company decide to go and meet Henry because of his condition, not ever leaving the house. They just never met him. So they go, and before they start with dinner, Henry decides to introduce to them his new project, AI project, by the name of W1ll1am. Now, W1ll1am starts saying a bunch of things that he shouldn't know, and they soon realize that he not only created this AI, but it has its own consciousness. And to be honest with you, to me, in my brain, W1ll1am was the scariest thing ever, and really something that I would find in my worst nightmare. Now, I have to say that there are no silly scenes where W1ll1am is dancing in the hallways or doing some kind of karate or anything that seems funny. Like, from the first time that we hear his voice, things get really creepy and really scary. One of the things that really got me invested in this book was the characters. The characters were all very different. Even though Lily and Henry were engineers and these other two co-workers were really smart people, they were really different, not snobby, not, kind of rich people characters. They were very real. The girl that came to the house, she was very sassy. She talked inside her head. She had this random conversations with herself, and she was just trying to get out alive. The other guy was kind of creepy, almost like he was too flirty with Lily. Lily was too friendly with him, but they are all very different characters, and the author made me care enough for each one of them, and I think it's because they seem like real people, which sometimes it's what really puts a book in a different category for me. If I don't care for the characters, if I don't think that they feel real, like real people, it's really hard for me to get invested in a book like that. The twist at the end is one of those satisfying endings for me. Even though it wasn't a happy ending, it was satisfying because we learned what really happened, and the twist you learn through a conversation that is happening in the end of the book. So that way you kind of understand all these things or all these clues that were dropped throughout the book. And particularly myself, I didn't see it coming. I had no idea what the twist was going to be, and it's completely crazy and shocking, and I thought that it was really, really clever. Now, I am the kind of person that because of my ADHD brain, I really need to have a closing at the end of the book. There are a lot of scary books that in the end, they kind of leave it open to your interpretation. And in my brain, I can come up with 10 different endings or 10 different interpretation of an ending. So for me, it's not satisfying when that happens. But in this book, it was really spelled out for you, and you learn all these things from somebody's mouth. Now I'm gonna say 3 things about this book. The shower scene, yeah, you can kind of need the Hitchcock music in the background. The window scene, the dog, just so creepy. Some of the things that haunt me at night, really scary. And as I was listening to this audiobook, I was really there. I was in that room where these things were happening, and it was terrifying. I have to say that there were a couple of points throughout this book where I thought that it would compare to a couple of my favorite scary movies in the 90s, but because of some elements, not because of the story itself. It's really unique, very different, but I thought, is this what really is happening inside William? Or is this, there were some elements that reminded me some of my favorite 90s movies. Now, this book is a 5-star because I thoroughly enjoyed this book from the first chapter. This grabbed my attention. I couldn't put it down, and I listened to the entire audiobook in a day, and I wanted more. I feel like this is the kind of horror that scratches my itch, and after a really long time looking for a good horror psychological thriller that scared me, I think I finally found it. But I don't know how I'm gonna find my next thrill, because this is what really creeps me out and it keeps me entertained. I understand that some of the newer horror or authors have a different style, and I understand that it's the very popular thing to do. It's almost like it keeps you guessing. You don't know what's happening. It's like a fever dream throughout the book, and then at the end they give you closure, and sometimes not even that. It leaves it open for you to interpret. That for me is not scary. I don't enjoy the entire book. I just live for the ending, and it makes it a chore to go through the book. So this is the kind of horror book that I needed in my life. Now I need to find this thrill somewhere else. Finally, I have to say that the audiobook, the narrator is Honey St. Dennis, and she's amazing. I thought she did a great job. I think that my experience with this audiobook was better because of her narration, and because of it seemed very acted, like these things were actually happening, and it's not like you are just reading the words. This was like scenes that were actually happening in my brain, and I think it's because of the writing style, but a lot it has to do with the narrator. So if you can listen to the audiobook and read at the same time, I think it'd be a great experience, or just the audiobook itself. I think you're gonna have a great time. Now I have to repeat this, there are no silly scenes where the AI is running around dancing or doing karate or break dancing or chasing them. It's just very, very creepy. The smart house element and the consciousness of this AI makes it like the perfect combination to a claustrophobic situation that I think you're really going to enjoy. So if you've read this book, I would love to know your rating of the book, what you enjoy, what you didn't. And yeah, thanks for being here today, guys. I truly appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.